Well, my friends, here we go again. Today we go a little bit upwards. You see, you will know the court, you know. So very nice. Now we come into the sun. Perfect. Very cold, very fresh, upwards, but we are on a nice bank where we sit now, and you will know then immediately on which place we are. Today we are talking a little bit, one thing about video, you know, about filming, and the other thing is I have 3 balls by me, 3 different rubber balls, the new ones. And when you think a rubber ball is a rubber ball, so we have 3 complete different styles of rubber balls. Let's do it. So you maybe will know on which course we are. You know, to which place do we go? You have seen it on the thumbnail, you know. But it will get very, very nice now. We are here on the bank. Let's sit on. So here we sit with one of our balls, the Molten Rubber ball. We have 3 balls here. I will compare them. The Molten, the Dunlop and the Adidas rubber ball. They are complete different. Even when they all 3 are rubber balls, but they are complete different, you know. And we talk about filming, and my old camera, the camera I used to film Rihanna. From the last time I will film with that, now we are on the GoPro. But have a watch at this, we are sitting here on the nice view, always on the nice bank with that view, you know. So, relaxing, recovering, let's do it. So, well, my friends, here we are at the nice In the Mountains court. You know, have a watch at this. Really, really nice, or the mountains with our ball, the Adidas ball. You know, now it starts to rain. The snow in the mountains, very, very fresh. But really, really nice, you know. The mountain city. So now we check out the 3 balls, and about the video. I have my camera here, but I have another problem now. But I will tell you that. Let's do it. So now we enter the court, you know, In the Mountains court. Very nice, you know, but fresh, cold. And here I have the Rihanna camera. And so we will talk now a little bit about the filming and the basket we make then. 3 balls. We will play a few balls then. And I will tell you all the things. So here we have it now. I have the tool here by me. You may know last time I told you that. What I didn't have was this blade, you know, because I had it on the GoPro, and so I most of the times I forget it because I film with the GoPros. And now we have it, but the problem is I have fixed it now, and watch this. The pin up there is too small because it's such an old camera. So yeah, but that does not make anything. It is safe when there is no wind. We will make this, you know. Last time I made the thumbnail, the camera I used to film Rihanna, you know. And when I watched that later, I thought, wow, that looks like a complete clickbait thumbnail, you know. But that was absolutely not in my case, because you have to know, I told you, you know, also in the other video, I don't want advertisement here, so that says everything, that it's not a clickbait title. But the thing is, this camera means really, really a lot to me. I have it since 2011 around, I think. And you know, I had to sell all my camera stuff. I told you, gimbals, tripods, big cameras, small cameras, and other stuffs. And so, yeah, this is a camera which I would never sell, because this means really, really a lot to me. I filmed a lot of things with that, and the Rihanna concert was very, very special. I remember that all the time, and I loved to film with that camera. So this means a lot, and so in that meaning I made the title, the video, because that was really something I will never forget, you know. And I was in there for free, but that is the other story, how this happened, you know. And yeah, so very, very cool. Now we talk a little bit about filming. I can say you one little story. I was filming on the other court, and I had my GoPro like this now and filmed the basketball, you know. And then people came on their bikes, mountain bikes, you know, trail and so, and they laughed. They laughed and said, "What? This guy films with a GoPro, the basketball with a GoPro. This is an action cam. You know, what will you do? That stuff." And then, you know, I knew immediately that this guy has nothing to do with filming, you know. I know they're laughing. Yeah, why you are not using a big camera? When you film such things, use a full frame size camera, you know. That is always the opinion what some people have. But I will tell you something now. Wait. So now I'm at home, but I have forgotten something to say. That's why I'm telling you now. There was a real funny video in there in YouTube from a German guy. He filmed Rihanna in Venice Beach, yeah. German in Venice is his name on YouTube. German in Venice. He speaks the same language as I, but he's from the other country beside me. Really, really funny. Rihanna was private there. No one know her. Yeah, no one did check that she is it. Only the German in Venice. And he filmed all this stuff. So a great guy. So why I don't use a full frame size camera, you know? Why I use the GoPros most of the times. There are a lot of reasons, you know. When you are into filming, I'm doing this since almost 25 years now. Photography much more longer. I have a picture here, I will show you that. You know, you will see the picture now. That was in the year 2000. I was 15 years old, and you see that was to photograph, you know. That was not a digital camera, that was analog, where you had the films in there. You know, Fuji, Kodak. You had to know the white balance and all that stuff, you know. So, yeah, it was a cool time. I learned it back in the days because from my mother, the friend had a big company where they made prints, you know, to print something. And he had to use a very, very expensive camera, you know. Of course, when you have where people pay you a lot of money for the orders and you have to put great prints, then you need a very good camera and a lot of knowledge. And there I learned the ISO, the aperture, the shutter speed, and all that stuff, how to film. I had to practice, and so I got into this, you know. But I was also filming I was in front of the camera when I was little, in the late 80s. You know, I have films from the late 80s. Filming I did my whole life with the big camcorders which you had on your shoulder, you know, on the ship in Greece. Greetings to Greece. I have a video, it was Tessos or Carpathos, you know, to the friend of Greece. So that was really, really nice. And so I'm into filming all the time. And so why I don't use a full frame camera? If you don't know it, the bigger the sensor, the better is that you get a blurry background. And you may have seen it in my videos, we never have a blurry background. And this is why, because I want this, you know. Today everyone wants the blurry background, but the understanding in my ways, I film alone, I'm acting alone in front of the videos, you know. Why is the other thing? In short terms, I don't want to get problems, you know, because later people say, put it away from YouTube or this and that, and when I'm alone, I have the right for the video, I get no problem, you know. So this is the reason why I'm doing this. And when you act alone in front of a camera, the thing is, it can get very, very easily boring. Like now, when you talk longer, you know, when you are standing, what I have done now when I don't walk. Normally I walk a lot, because then you see the background changes. And filming, the most important thing is to have motion in there. Not like now. Now I'm standing. I did this right now for a few minutes, and then you may have seen it, that this gets quick boring. Normally you have to cut, other view, other camera, you know, 2 cameras where film me, then I can make one cut, other cut, you know. So that is the thing. And when you walk, then you see it. I have a wide angle on, you know, the GoPro. And when I have a blurry background, what will happen? You only see me. Then the movement will not change a lot. But now when I'm moving, as I always do, then you see the background really sharp. And so this is really, really good, because you watch, you see one person, me, you can watch to the background, how looks the city, what is going on there, and this and that. And then it is much better. This is why I don't want a blurry background. Of course, when you make a film, when you make an interview, there it looks really cinematic better, you know. But people what don't know this, they would say, what is this? The guy has no blurry background, he don't know it. He has a small camera, no big camera, you know, but you have to understand the reason. So this is one thing. The other thing is, I don't want a full frame size camera. I'm not so much into photography, you know. There I would maybe get it, you know, because the low light conditions are much better, you know, when you have a full frame camera, much more better than an APS-C camera or MFD camera or one soil sensor camera, you know. But when you don't make that much photography, why do I need it, you know? And the thing is, now I'm holding it in my hands, you know. I will show you that with that camera. Wait. So we go on. Now we have 2 cameras. You may see it now. We have the Casio, the Rihanna camera. And now you see here my GoPro. Yeah, for example, when you vlog, I have my hands here, you know. Then you see my body and you don't see the arm. That is always one thing what I think is important. And with a wide angle you get this. And when you hold a full size, a full frame camera so far away, what do you think what will happen to your shoulder? That you cannot hold very long, because they have so big glasses, heavy glasses. So this is not the perfect choice, you know. And a small setup much more better, because I don't get shoulder pain, I can hold it, I can walk. And the other thing is, here I have the Max lens mod on, but the old version, and now I can make the camera in this direction, you know. And what will happen? Nothing. The picture is straight. Make this with a full size frame camera. Walk with that and you will see what will happen. You get completely shaking things. And here we have it all in one line. You know, if I hold it this side or this side or this side, the picture is always straight, you know. And that is a big, big advantage. And the other thing is the stabilization, you know. I can move and it is really smooth. When you do this with a full size frame camera, the stabilization can never be that good like in the smaller cameras, you know. When you have I had an MFD camera, the GH5, you know, very great stabilization, because the MFD sensor is smaller, and there the optical stabilization can make better results as when you would have a big sensor, the full frame size sensor. There you have much more problems, you know. And that is the thing. And also when you put on the camera, like here, make a full size frame camera on there, and you will see what happened. We have a line, and you always have to watch if it is straight. With a GoPro, I don't have the problem, you know. I don't have the problem. I film alone. When you forget this and you don't watch, then you have a picture which is on this side or this side, you know. These are things what go into my head. Of course, the quality, yeah, the real picture quality is not that good like a bigger sensor camera, I would say, you know, when you put it out from the camera with no post-production. But the thing is, we are living in 2023, you know, and the the standards are so high right now. It's not like 15 years ago, you know, when you filmed with a handy that was, you didn't see anything, you know. So we have a good standard, and you have seen it. This is a camera from 2011. Yeah, 2011, and you have seen the quality the last time, and I guarantee you that when someone is not into filming and don't know much about it, when I show him a video from that camera or from the GH5 now, complete standard settings, he will not see much difference, you know, because we have so much high-end levels. When you are into filming, you will see that, you know. Then I see, oh, this was maybe with a smartphone filmed, or with this and that, you know, wide angle and that, you know. But these are reasons why I film with such things, you know. And also it is waterproof. I can go into the water. With a big camera I cannot do that. And one important thing also is, when people laugh, he's in there with a GoPro, why can he not use a bigger camera, MFD, full frame? I tell you now something, when you do this every day, yeah, then you get a problem with a big camera setup. It needs time to set it up. It is big, and I tell you, there are two options what will happen. First one, people will come and say, oh, I don't want that you film here. I don't want to be in the picture, it's not allowed here, go away. You know, when you put out the big setup. When you have a smartphone, for example, no one will tell you, because it's used to. Everyone has the smartphone in the hand, so no one will say something. Go into a shop, go shopping in the city, go with the smartphone, film a little bit, no one will come to you and say, only when you do like this, oh, this, that, you make a real shooting. But when you go to a shop with a smartphone, no one will say anything. Go into a shop with a big sized camera, with a big glass on, I will tell you, the security will come, it's not allowed to film here. And the same is here. You always have two options. People don't want it, then you have to go, you have to all set up, it's very expensive equipment. Or the other thing is, people come to you, oh, you are a filmer, oh, show me that, or tell me that. And then you have to talk and you cannot film. And with such a small camera like a GoPro, I have no problem. I can, you know how small this is. When I put this on there, no one will say anything, you know. And that is a really, really good reason why I use that, you know. And the audio quality, I have a form on it here. I have never a problem with it, you know. You never have anything. With a big camera, you need also the microphone. You know how big the setup will get, you know. So, and it's expensive. So here with that setup we are much more better. And when you do this every day and complete alone, that is the other point. Because when you do this alone and you have the big setup, you can make so many mistakes. The white balance, this, that. You know, with a big camera I don't want to film in the standard, where the camera decides in the automatic program and I have nothing to do. For that reason I don't buy a very expensive camera, you know. Wait, I have to watch how long the camera films. Oh great, the camera still films, it's over 5 minutes. You may know many cameras will quit after 5 minutes now. Especially after 30 minutes they make, a lot of cameras make a cut, you know, because they are not signed as a camcorder. And then they are not allowed to film longer. That's why many cameras have the 30 minutes break. But this is full HD, you know. The Sony, the ZV-1 ended in 5 minutes when you filmed in 4K, you know. And so, with the GoPro I don't have the problem. There is the echo problem or the overheating problem, you know. But other thing. So, and this is really a thing. And with the big setup, you know, an expensive camera, I don't want to film in the program automatic. There you always want to film in manual, you know. There I want to decide which shutter speed, which ISO, this, that and that and that, you know. And when you film alone, I have no control over it. When I have a microphone on there, I have no control over it. You know what I mean? I don't have the control, and so you can make so many mistakes that in the end, bells are ringing, go eating now. You can make so many mistakes. And it's really, really a big problem because I have no control over it, you know. You have to be behind the camera that you see that. You need a man, a girl, a woman, a boy behind the camera which controls it, you know, the light conditions when you are in manual. Because the weather changed, the sun came out, like here, we have the clouds, we have the sun. And then you have the ISO and the aperture, and then you get the problem, you know, and then the picture looks really awful. So with that I don't have, you know. So a big camera I only want when I have the control after the camera, when I film other things where I am the cameraman. But now I have to set it up here, I have no control over it. So that is one thing. And yeah, real nice. Wait a minute. So bells are away. It comes again, unbelievable. So for example, the shutter speed, you know, no one ever wrote to me or told me, oh, your motion blur is not the natural standard as the normal eye sees it, you know. We have motion blur. When you do that, when you watch your hand, it's not you are stupid, you know. I will say that when you make this in front of your eyes very quick, it will get blurry, it's not sharp. And the same normally you want to produce behind the camera, you know. And that is the shutter speed rule, what you say. And when we film now outside, when the sun is out, you know, then we can't use the correct, the correct is always a word, but you know what I mean when you are into filming, the correct shutter speed. We need an ND filter, you know. That is that we get the picture more dark, because when the sun is up there we have ISO 100 or so, and even we have a problem. You cannot go to the shutter speed 150, you know. When I film with 30 FPS, it's the other thing. Normally 25 FPS, then you use the shutter speed 150. I film in 30 FPS because the people out there watch it, most of them all on the smartphone, and there it is better to film in 30 FPS, you know. So, and that is the thing. Then we can't use the correct shutter speed, but no one says anything about that the motion blur is not correct, you know. And so I don't need it. You know, when you are make a real movie, a real film, then I make all that steps, you know. Like you can make all that steps, but that is the other story. I film every day, I produce every day. Normally one video a day, I film and I produce it on the same day, you know. And there you have to decide what do you want, the balance. How much work will you put in there? How much time do you have? In one day you don't have that time. For example, when I make a video like the DF1000 Legacy, the intro and all that stuff, there I film much more longer. You know, there I need my time because I want it to have almost perfect, you know. And these are all things. And the other thing is, with a full big size camera, you need the gimbal. And the gimbal plus the big glass plus the heavyweight camera, that is really, really strange. And I can... So the SD card was full. But the other thing is, I've seen a few people out there, you know, they have no knowledge about filming, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But some people have the option, they think, oh, I have now enough money, I buy what is the most expensive camera, so I have the best quality. And when you think that, is completely stupid, you know. The more expensive the camera, the more complicated it gets, the more knowledge you have to know. And then they film, and I see that sometimes on videos out there, they have a big setup, very expensive camera, you know, a really professional camera, 3,000–4,000 euro. And what happens? The quality what they have is, oh my gosh, you know, they are wobbling, they are wobbling. Because, as I told you, a full frame sensor has never this great stabilization without a gimbal. And then they film, and what happens? It is shaking. Then they have no wide angle on, and then it is even more. And then, yeah, what does it bring when you film with such a camera? then it would be better to use a GoPro, then you have nothing shaking, you know. The picture quality will not be that, but the overall quality is better, you know. And these are all things what plays in there in which camera you use, you know. And for another example, on YouTube, when you are a small YouTuber, that not many people know, you get less quality codec than the big YouTubers. You put in a video, then you watch it and you say, what? Why is the picture quality now so bad? At home it looks much more better, and now on YouTube the quality is so worse. Why? Because they give you really not good codec, you know. They give you the AVC codec, you know. And that is really annoying, because the bigger ones, but it is normal. This is so much space what goes on YouTube all the time, so they have to make this. But I am even too small, but I get the good codec. Why? Because I have a trick to get the good codec. The thing is, when you are a new YouTuber, you get this, but I put my videos around 2K, I film it, I order it out from my software where I cut the videos in 2K, and then I upload it, you know. I upload it to HD, you know. YouTube makes it HD, and there normally you get the AVC1 codec. But when I put it in there as a 2K video and I say put it on there, then I get the VP9 codec, and that is the much better codec, you know. These are all small tricks what you can use, but you have to know them. You have the knowledge about that. And there are a lot of other things what I can tell you about the cameras, about the filming. And one thing what is very important to me when you are a filmer, the jump cuts, but that is another thing. But one thing what I sometimes told you is watch into the camera. I am a filmer and I can never watch beside, you know. And that thing is today with the displays, you know. I show you that. The GoPro has the small display here, yeah. Here we have it. And the thing is, the people always watch into that screen. And when you have a full-size, full-frame camera, there we have it again. When the people have no knowledge, what are they doing? They make the display out, and this is a big camera. So when you watch here to this display, and the lens is here, then you see that the people never watch into the camera. They never watch to you in your face when you sit in front of the television. They always watch like this, what I do now. Yeah, and I talk, and you watch yourself, what you are doing, and this and that. And of course this is great because I can watch, wow, I look great, wow, I'm a YouTuber, great, this, that, you know, that makes fun. I understand this. But have you seen the difference? Now I talk to you into the lens and not the way. And that is the thing with the big size cameras, it is even more. And with a GoPro, you have it much closer to here. And when there YouTubers watch into the screen, you will not see that. When you're not into filming, you will not see it. Perhaps there is a good YouTuber out there who films with a GoPro, very famous right now, Roberto versus the world, you know, really great YouTuber, yeah, really great YouTuber. And he watches into the screen, but when you have a wide angle on and you put it away like this and you watch then into the screen, you will not see it. You see it by him only when he goes close. You know, when I'm close and now I watch into the screen, then you see it a little bit. These are all small things what is on with filming, you know. And then again we come to shorten it, we come to the beginning. That drives a mountain biker, sees me with a GoPro and like, with a GoPro, what will he do? You know. Now you can decide what is better or not. So now we go to the balls. Let's do it. So now here we have it, to the balls. The three versions, Dunlop, Molten and Adidas. The rubber balls, the new ones, and they are complete different rubber balls, you know. A rubber ball is not a rubber ball. So here we have, I would say, quality rubber balls. You feel that, yeah. I would not say these are the absolute best, but these are better rubber balls and complete different. You know, we have to play those balls much more I'm not allowed to play that much now, but a few balls we do, and I will tell you a lot of things. And as you know, with ball testing, that takes time. You have to play the balls on different surfaces, on asphalt, on rubber, on smooth ones, on rough ones, compare them, play again one day when it is a little bit wet, and then you get a feeling about the ball that we don't have now, but we can a little bit compare, and that I will show you. So now I film with the Rihanna camera, the Casio. Audio is not that perfect, so I have to come a little bit closer. But here we have it, the Dunlop ball. I told you, this is complete the other material like the other two balls, other rubber. You feel that really immediately. So complete a different style of rubber ball. I would say not the best rubber, yeah, but it feels other. And we have a little bit deep channels, so it feels much more like a really good basketball. Yeah, not from the rubber, but from the channels. And so, yeah, the jumping we can now compare. You know, I told you always we made this, now we compare it, yeah. Here we have the Molten ball, yeah, the Molten rubber ball, the BC7R, and here we have the Dunlop ball. So, complete different. Here we have the flat ball, I can show you that. Really, really flat, more slippery you feel it, and very, very small lines, one of the smallest lines. But also it has overall a good feeling, you know. We've done a little bit, now we compare the jumping, yeah. So you have seen it, this ball jumps a little bit higher than this one. As I told you, this ball does not jump that high. And now we compare the Adidas ball. Adidas, Dunlop ball, which one wins? You have seen it, this ball jumps absolutely not high, even this more. Now we have to compare it to the most jumping ball, then we see the difference. You have seen it, yeah. This ball, the Adidas ball, does really not jump that much, and that you feel, you know. When you dribble this ball, you can tell it's really one of the lowest balls, yeah, and that is really, yeah, you feel that. The other two balls, even the Dunlop ball, who also jumps not that much, you don't feel it that much, yeah. It feels more like a normal ball. But with that, you have to dribble more, yeah? It's really that you have to know. So they have almost the same air in it, you know, always the same, that we have the comparison. Now we shot a few balls, you know, we throw a few balls, it's better said, we throw a few balls, sun comes out again, a little bit windy, a little bit rain, but no problem, yeah. And rubber balls are great for that condition. It is wet, we have dirt in, and we have a stone wall here behind. And with a rubber ball, which is not that expensive, we can use, you know, I have one rubber ball for that conditions, and the composite balls, the better ones, are used for other courts. But now they are perfect, and there I want to have a good quality rubber ball, because you can get really bad rubber balls or really nice good quality rubber balls. They all three are very good, but you've seen it, they are different in the jumping and also from the feeling, and that we will check out now. Let's do it. So first ball what we have, the molten ball. We threw a few balls now, I hope I'm in focus. Now I have the stabilization on, but now we are on the tripod where you should normally put the stabilization away, but no problem, I think. You will not see that much. But the focus was not there. Now I have the intelligent focus on that old camera, but also no problem. A few balls throwing, then I will tell you now something. Also the height of the basket here is much higher than others, so you have to come in a few balls, then you have it. Pause here. Because the ground here is on this direction to you, the ball will always roll here into the football field, yeah. And when you stay much more away, the height is more higher, you know. So always a different thing, but you get in a few minutes, yeah. The sticky feeling is still there, of course, but yeah, it is a quality ball from the rubber balls, yeah. I would say feels is more slippery, yeah, not the best grip, because it's very flat. It's not that aggressive, but also not the smoothest. But yeah, overall a nice feeling, but we have to play it much more. Now we go to the Dunlop ball. So the Dunlop ball has much more overall a feeling, don't get me wrong, like a composite ball. It feels rubber, yeah, but it's not the typical pebbling what you normally have on the rubber balls, yeah. So it feels like a rubber composite ball. But I told you from the jumping and the overall, it's not the best, yeah, from the rubber material. But the feeling is nice. But with the jumping and that, we check out now. Deep channels, that is also an advantage of this ball. If this ball would not have deep channels, I would say not that good. But with the deep channels, it feels really good. Yeah. So let's check it. Yeah, you feel with this ball you have more control because it has the better grip. You feel it also by throwing. It's not slippery because this is more slippery and has absolutely no channels. And here we have the channels and much more grip. But it is a nice, not rough feeling, but you feel it is rubber. Yeah. So yeah, good rubber ball, but also not the best, but one of the better ones. So and you may see it gets a quick dirt on, yeah. So I think this ball will get used up very, very quick. But yeah, now we go to the Adidas. So the Adidas ball, also deep channels. The feeling is more like the Molten ball from the rubber, from the beveling. It has not the best grip, but better grip because of the deep channels. And also the rubber has more grip like the Molten ball. But the lines feel very slippery, you know. That is really the first thing what I had when I put it out, was that thing. But we have to check it out. The jumping is a little bit annoying because it does not jump high, but let's throw a few balls. So one last ball with the other two. So now it starts to rain. It starts to rain, yeah. We end the show, the wind came, but it's not that cold anymore, you know. Maybe you see all from the trees, yeah. So with the nice balls, they are all good in their own way, yeah. Wait, I have to put my camera down. Wait a little bit. So now we have it. So I would say they are all perhaps in the same line, more slippery, smaller lines, but overall nice feeling, very very good grip, deep channels, but the material, it is fine, but you feel it is a complete rubber, yeah. So other rubber, on the other hand, fine from the feeling, but on the other side not that. And here more grip, like on this ball, deep channels but slippery channels a little bit, and does not jump high, yeah. But advantage, deep channels, overall feeling better grip, deep channels, overall good feeling, yeah. Jumping good, but more slippery, but better than the normal standard rubber balls, yeah. But the best thing is you have it in your hands, then you can see it for your own. But we will play them, of course, for real when I can do it again. Then I told you I make a real part where I test them completely. And for now I will go home because, oh, you see that? Here it is raining. Now it comes, yeah. Perhaps when I'm at home, you see that? Here the clouds end. And here it is really snowing. Yeah, the cold winter comes now, the -degrees. But it was nice again. Few balls, fresh air. Now I go home and you have something to watch. We see us until then from the nice in the mountains court. Bye and ciao.
The scene is getting crowded, I'm alright.